It's quite a wonderful story.
I hope so.
That's fun.
What's the story?
Excuse me. Okay, I think this is a good night.
Hello,
Excuse me,
I'm
Maeve.
Maeve.
And this is a story called Cathy-Jane's Invasion. And after that, I'm going to read like a poem or two. Anyway, yes, this was in a newspaper. I read it. It had been 28 years, 55 days, 6 hours, and 10 minutes since Cathy-Jane Brennan was born to Martha and Terry Brennan at University of Colorado Hospital. Cathy? Cathy, are you still on the line? The operator's voice was left to ring in its stolid way through the room. Cathy-Jane was still there in the corner, and she could hear the phone's drawl clearly. It had been 22 minutes since she first heard the glass shatter. Having just gotten upstairs from her mission to the kitchen for herbal tea, she thought for certain it had been something smashed by accident, a glass left close to the edge of the counter maybe. There was no cat in the house, but cats were not the only danger to things placed precariously. Coming down the carpeted stairs, she then noticed the small window in the center of the front door, and in it, blown inward, was a protrusion shaped like a larger fist. The door itself slightly ajar, and she could feel her beating heart making its dislike known by receding as deep into her chest cavity as was possible, perhaps even lower into her stomach. It had been 16 minutes since she made the call to 911. Cathy, I want you to lock yourself in the bedroom and stay on the line until the police arrive. Can you do that? It had been 14 minutes since on the way to her bedroom, a tall, hulking figure crossed the hall in front of her, devoid of features and made by the hall's darkness into a bulking shadow man who was emblematic of the fears of all, with close views of whom all nightmares began and ended. Fuck, 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 tumbling down the stairs. If he didn't see her, then he sure as shit heard her gasp. Did she scream and go barreling backward? The bathroom would have to do. Bathroom downstairs. When she imagined her own bedroom, it now appeared a place reddened. Once her little slumbering terrarium entered in by an invasive species, an opposing force in the most primal sense. It had been 9 minutes since the doorknob started shaking. She lay in wait, thinking to herself, how far back was he? Was he waiting for her to peek? Where was the baseball bat? Was it in the bedroom? Did he have the bat? It had been 12 minutes since the locked doorknob of the bathroom door finally crumpled off. It, of course, felt longer than that for Cathy-Jane, and the door swung open. The man walked over Cathy-Jane, ambivalent to her protest, which had mainly been done with the handling end of a toilet plunger. She had made a good few pokes here and there that may have even been a bit painful, but she suspected it wasn't persuasive and knew it had been a sad display. Then the floor's steady rumble, which Cathy-Jane had thought to be some hierophant of the mortal sentencing she was about to receive, death by 1,000 sexual indignities, gave way to an appreciable quake, causing even the shadowy assailant to lose his footing. In the span of a second, the wide windows of Cathy-Jane's living room, which were glad to remind her of the existence of the Flatirons in better moments, filled with deep neon green light, which she was forced to blot out with her hand by a sharp pain in her eyes. What she could see in front of her before her hand blackened everything was the newfound outward tilt in her assailant's eye placement. It had been exactly 0 minutes since Cathy-Jane shifted where she sat on the floor, making note of a red stickiness beneath her, coagulating on the linoleum, already staining deep into the gray threads of her lounge pants. There was a shape of red and off-white colors that wasn't unlike a spilled enchilada wrapped in findings of a Goodwill men's section and the floor sweepings of a barber shop. But Cathy-Jane focused her eyes instead on the night sky beyond the fallen lunch meat litany that was still eking out the last breath it had drawn in. Watch the skies, she conjured from her memories of The Thing from Another World, her favorite of rolled VHS tapes from her teenage years. She would go on to watch the skies for a great duration of the rest of her life, nights of sleep stolen away into distant blackness. Cathy? Cathy, are you still there?
Yeah!
Thank you. I'll do a couple poems now.
Yeah.
I bookmarked these. I'm not not just selecting them randomly. There it is. Okay.
Hey, Wyeth.
This is called graffiti. In big buildings of faux prestige, we fawn over legal notices from Babylon and Sumerian Romandos and tablets that count an old day.
Hey, Ethan.
And outside of that building, we shred our papers of system, restore them to shred after expiring, and forget the things that make mirth. And surveyors of the next society will turn over halves of caffeine temples, and under a layer of sack paint, we'll never see an ancient artist's legal message.
This is like $8. This is one.
This doesn't have a title, but I think it's in a larger thing that may or may not be longer than this. But this character is in a witness. Fern came upon the hilltop. It sat on the edge and beheld that its vast view of the bay was met on its sides by two lands. Both pieces of land failed to make the whole piece, and just beyond were others of the same, receding, fading into water and air. Had Fern the modern words, it would have thought to itself, never had the Anthropocene come to its guessed fiery end. For all an old one's maiden clamor about beholding their precious world's end was not truly a concern, for the repeated light and its sentience matter not.
It's been too long.
Thank you.
Okay, Ethan's going off food.
Final piece tonight. This is on the ancestry of womanhood. When I am being beaten to death in a woman's bathroom, when I am rejected and married, last time before suicide.
Wait 1 second.
All right. This is on the ancestry of womanhood. When I'm being beaten to death in a woman's bathroom, when I'm rejected and married for the last time before suicide, when the zeitgeist has changed to make the word for me ugly, when I am barred from the gates of the place of my gift, when I am burned at the stake by flames thought to be holy, I will be taken back, hoisted on a rope, held by all the women who lived and died like me. And though it will be a beauty, they will wish as I, the flames that are so mine, would be set onto the road. That's all I got. Thank you.